You know what are these? Other day I promised, I will show you the peptides code. I have kept the code because instead of peptide, you start reading the letters. And I know your brain very well. Then the next thing, what will happen? Today, 100 times you will. So search today when I search Google, immediately it will give, because all of you already searched it every name. So it is not a laboratory, my dear. It is a commercial grade peptide. Oh, I will show you. Okay, this is number 1 peptide. Today, normally, Friday, have you seen nanoparticle, how it is flying? Have you seen how it is flying? This is what peptide. What is the size of it? This is the size of around, I can look at. I can tell you it is about 300 Daltons. It is a dipeptide. 1. I will show you. Watch what is like a peptide, okay? Magic of the peptide. You must watch it. I told you it is a practical. No laboratory in the world will show you, my dear. No laboratory in the world will show you all the peptides. Just watch it. Why you are in a hurry? There is a hope, no? Our people kept in this hot water is there, okay? Okay, my dear. Is it on? Oh, then why it is kept for demonstration? Where is the water? Water. All those things to dissolve. Then you bring one empty vessel. I will a couple of water bottles. You just see, because it's already 6:30. What is the hurry, dear? I always spoke about therapies. What is a peptide? You just watch it. It is hot water. It must be 70 degrees. It's not so hot. Boiling water also you can keep the peptide. It won't damage. Do you know that? Don't dump your protein in the hot water. It will crumble. But you see this. Peptide will not. It will just dissolve. Nanopeptide, you just bring a free amino acid like branched chain amino acid in the market and you try to add it. So it all the time floating. Unless until that fellow added something to disperse it quickly. Do you know that? You think it's a free amino acids are good? No. They are also called radical amino acids. Your DNA knows it is synthetic. It is not like a peptide. Nothing like peptide. Just one bucket kind of thing. Our పూజకి యూజ్ చేస్తాం కదండి. అది తీసుకొస్తే మళ్ళీ దీంట్లో కలిపేసి అలా పోసేద్దాం. ఇంత వేడిది మనం ఎక్కడ తాగుతామండి పాపం. ఒక స్టీల్ వెసల్ పట్టండి. Trying to communicate with them so that they understand. So, number 1, peptide. So today I am going to, or I will be here, or I will disappear. I can't tell you. Okay? Very interesting, Guruji. If you can disappear. World will be behind you, Guruji. I am disappeared. What is that? If the camera is switched off, I am disappeared. You can't just say in the movies disappear. Even if it disappear also, you should not believe. That's what you see in the movies now. Okay. So it is cleaned, so that at the end, we can drink. Because, each gram, very expensive, Do you think I will throw it off? No. So, a small teaspoon, kindly, 1 teaspoon. This is our standard spoon. That's very good selection. This is, world has scoop sizes, no? So this is a 2 gram standard. Okay, just I'm using only 2 grams. Okay, so let me tell you. So it's a name. Okay, so each one of them later on I will tell you the readout. So don't unnecessarily, let us not waste time. Okay, I will tell you the name. This is a tripeptide. This is a tripeptide. That's why I said dipeptide is a tripeptide. That is only the difference. Just looking at the molecule I told you. Tripeptide it is. It can repair your Olympic medal, your cartilage is gone, your tendons affected, and so your cartilage affected, your synovial liquid, your body wrinkles, and your skin is turning dark, folds. This is for, we own this, I'm talking, you see, as a new student, if you don't like it, so you don't have to see, okay? I'm not asking you to buy anything, no. I'm just educating you. Isn't it? In the airport you will see so many things, you go stand there and see, no? It doesn't mean you buy it, isn't it? Same way, what is there? Watch it, no? Don't judge me. It is all our old students. They have been longing to listen what is Guruji going to show, what he is going to give us, because it's not yet given to them. We are still working on it, our guinea pig team working on it. Now, so 1 teaspoon, actually I can use a blender, but so 1 teaspoon. So this is our teaspoon, unfortunately. Testosterone, the one who is supplying. What happened? What happened? Over, Oh my God, dissolved. Have you seen? How fast, You show me any molecule. I'm not talking about dispersibility, with that effervescent technology, okay, dear. Have you seen? How many fraction of seconds it would have taken to dissolve? Tell me. Is there any crumbling or anything? Seeing is believing, no? Science is all about experimentation. No? Okay? So similar water I will keep. Now I am making an Amruta, elixir, somatropin liquid, anti-aging liquid, anti-death program for the cells. Okay? Number 1. Because it's better you see, all these are vegan peptides. So, and as I told you, world, a million-year-old DNA, RNA containing too. And all organs, so all our internal organs, not just 5 organs. So that your pineal, your thymus, all vital organs, 27 vital organs. So they are capable of repairing. So these peptides, so they will rewrite. So as you have seen, any mutations, they can change the way they function. Okay? Number 1. Next is, what is, so better I shift there, no? Everything I have to bring here, how difficult. Now I will become, chef. So sit there, what is there, my dear? So better at least one day to be, so our grandmother, so how much the whole life they spent in the kitchen for us, isn't it, dear? The names of the peptides, that's later on, first see it. Each one of them, how different. Okay? That's the way I love to sit, but, so I have to fill the water, the way, that much even water. So, because I am giving you hot water so that you will see You look at any market and it's not like even milk protein should never be kept. It's only it has to be taken, consumed cold. You know how dangerous consuming that. Okay, athlete, while playing, you have to drink cold to keep your temperature low. That is different. Otherwise, you should always drink hot. Can you drink milk protein? They crumble. They form called a crud formation happens. So they have to be taken as a milkshakes cold. When you drink cold, do you know what is the loss and what is the burden on the digestive enzyme? That's why the milk proteins which entire world consumes very deadly inflammatory proteins it will create. The bodybuilders and all, they do not. Of course, we do have, but I'm telling you, now at what level it is having pea protein, peanut peptide, it is having whey peptide too, and it is having pea peptide too, hemp peptide too. It has, so chia peptide too. Peptide of what? Of 95% protein content. Always 95%. Remember, above 95%. It can't be 100%. Technically, okay? Even if someone tells you it is 100%, it can't be. Okay? Again, if I have to explain you chemistry, it takes time. Okay? I have to. Yes. Okay, dear. Now, so better I use that. So, move it here and remove that. Because this is a 900 watts, that is a 1500 watts. The moment I kept that it has to be removed now. It is better. In this, water gets very quickly. So now the water is back. Every day we use this, It just gets heated up now very quick. So this is what I am recommending to my students is a 1500 watts, so very fast heating, 1500 watts, and it will maintain the temperature too. So I can make it, I kept it, so 90, 80 degrees is the maximum set temperature in this looks like. So has the power come? Yeah, power has come. So I think it will heat now. Very quickly it will heat in this. Okay. Meanwhile that I can use whatever is there without wasting your time. Your time is important. My time is important. So anyway, whether I pick up serial order or not. So second peptide. Let me add second peptide. The second peptide, magic peptide. See again second peptide. It just flies off. Can you see? The nanoproteins, all nano sizes, the most advanced aspect of the science and technology today. The epigenetic nutrition, when I spoke, you wouldn't believe, isn't it? Watch it. The color you see, the difference. The white, cream, little bit of creamish. The DNA has its own. Not only that, the peptide has at the DNA level, the mind-blowing thing is, every strand of your chromosome in a peptide when you see it is a small gene that it is copied, and that when you extract it, do you know that it has its own taste, it has its own smell, which is far away from what you see. What you taste as a peanut is the DNA or RNA or the peptide level, it is not the same. Same rice peptide also it has, wheat peptide also it has, so all these, each one of them are researched for their diversity, the way it evolved. So they are not the same. Like outside, when you say, simply this is a whey protein or anything is okay, pea protein or hemp protein, even at the maximum, will you get, first of all, you will get hydrolysates if you go They are only used for agriculture. Why? Because they are mutagenic. They are highly cancerous. The problem with the vegan proteins outside is cancerous when you go for when you try to make it soluble. Understand, they are the mutagenic. That's why world has no option. They go for milk proteins, which are not either good. I'm telling you. So there is so much to understand. When you go, I will talk about the basic fundamental science later. Okay, what you have to look at the protein, what is the biological value, or what is the protein efficient energy value, or a protein conversion value, etc. I will, or absorption score as the scale index for the proteins in last 100 years, 150 years. The way it developed. Understand? I am very well aware of all that. So to the level of this, you see, do you know the protein at this level? Even an Olympic medal winner, you ask, he won't know. A tennis player, he doesn't know. So I wish, so like a person like, so there's, so now what is his name? All these Federer and Djokovic and, so all these stalwarts. I wish they use it to come back. They don't even. I doubt, frankly speaking. They might know maximum this to repair. I doubt about their joints health. They must be using something like this, but so they are not sure it's a type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. Let me tell you honestly speaking. Okay. But they must be knowing because their coaches are at almost like Olympic, very expert level. Okay, so it's not underestimating them. But definitely, no one in the world uses altogether, let me tell you. No one in the world uses. No one can think. Maximum one uses only one. A single peptide. A single nucleotide. It is not like a single nucleotide polymorphism. A single peptide will work. A single peptide will work. This will work only at a targeted area. Do you know that? Each one of them. So you have to use like a polymutant, like a polypeptide therapy, polypeptide gene therapy. And have you ever heard? You will not hear. So that will be the future. Understand? What is the future? Listen, I am educating you, my dear. It's not all this is educating you. Vedas is all about giving you wisdom, making you how to think. Tomorrow when you go to the restaurant, automatically today, it will reply. Understand? That's the way. The way to think will change. That's all is required. That's called the way to look at. Samyak drishti. The way you look at the things will change. Scientific. It will become. You are thinking it is scientific now. But the education is how ignorant we are. That's what my job is. That's what our saints for millennia they call in Himalayas. Because there are in Himalayas, there are the nomad means no mad people. You should know that. Noma means name. Name means nameless. They have gone beyond mind and body. Nama means mind. Nama means name means you name. The same meaning. Name, name. What's your name? Jivatma. We are asked in this in this birth. Okay, this body is labeled. Okay, Jivatma is labeled. What is the Jivatma name? So your name is Jonathan. Your name is David Lucalo. Okay, understand. Water ready? 1500 watts. So this is what I was suggesting Indian students in India what they can buy. A very good cattle. Okay? Is mixing required? The natural color of the DNA you look at. Look at. We use a borosilicate glass, which is only the glass you should use at home. because it is a non-reactive glass. You can see how the particles are being dissolved like a Brownian motion in this. Does stirring required, frankly speaking? Can't you see the magic of the peptides? Yeah, so certain peptides like natural peptide, like ginseng for example. So maximum you can extract is only at the 50 level, So that's where you will find little bit of, so the other particles. But it's a peptide, pure DNA of the ginseng, you can say. To the maximum level, it's a plant, So 100% sometimes isolation becomes too expensive. You can't. So you can go to, I told you, a oligopeptide, like oligosaccharide, oligopeptide means, so to the level of 50 amino acid chain, you can go, okay. So a single peptide to 50. So that's why where it is becomes so, the price is, the purification is just waste beyond a point for natural ingredients. So we decide, okay, so everything is oligopeptide. It's only a question of dipeptide, right? But as a peptide numbers increasing, for certain items, price decreasing. Understand? Certain things where naturally concentration is very high, so the cost is less. But where the concentration is less, so naturally the cost goes. If at all you want to go for a tripeptide like that, the cost will be exorbitant. Not necessary, because your body can absorb your DNA, any peptide, less than 50 kD, 50 kilodaltons. Understand? Lesser, better. So we have to decide which peptide, at what kD level you need. So certain things like 300 daltons, 400, yes, for joints and all, you can produce at a commercial scale, because the market also is like that. Technology is also like that. That's why. So it can be produced a 300 dalton, 500 dalton, at a price one can afford. And a ginseng, natural ginseng itself is very expensive. Understand? Over? Is there any movement in this? Only glass you are finding. I have not mixed it. Not required. Watch. All these are different. It is not that, you see the white peptide. You see this is a peptide called dipeptide. The way that it is flying you can see. Understand? This is called elastin. Normally people produce Boniston elastin. Only 2 peptides. Means your elasticity, your acrobat, your athlete. The most important is the elasticity of your neurons. Elasticity, neuroplasticity you call it. Actually it is a neuroelasticity we should talk about. Mind elasticity, neuroplasticity. Mind flexibility, openness of the mind is called mind elasticity. And neuron plasticity. That is the level the peptide will work. As you are aging, your neuroplasticity, even among the children, the neuroplasticity is gone. Do you know that? The brain research shows. The neuroplasticity, never in the history of the brain research it is shown such a deterioration. Forget about mind alive. You can see the resistance in your children to everything you say. That's called lack of mind elasticity, mind rigidity, the stubbornness, or what you call I am smart, why should I listen to you? That is called mind rigidity. Not only that, neuron rigidity, opposite of plasticity. Do you know that? It is a today ever increasing phenomena, depletion of white, gray areas of the brain, white areas of the brain. You can clearly see in your static MRI scans today how dull the mind is, and when you watch TV, how hyperventilated it is, how your brain neurons are dying of oxygen. These days, the people's brain, especially when they watch after working whole day, when they watch this Netflix and all, how their brain going into hyperventilated means dried brain, desert brain is going desert of oxygen, dying lack of oxygen. Cancer is nothing but a lack of oxygen. Dementia is lack of oxygen. Parkinson's or epilepsy, seizures, there are many peptides in this. Understand. Who thinks, who will educate us? Everyone tell us, have you watched this movie? Have you watched this? Everyone telling us to kill our neurons. Do you realize? Can we go to this restaurant? Everyone telling us, shall we get killed together? Shall we suicide together? This is a language you have to tell your friend when he is inviting you for a restaurant, or when your family member is asking you to get outside food. In a reality, a food delivered at the doorstep, everyone jumping in the home. Actually, the food delivered in the pocket, there is like a nuclear bomb for your cells inside. He has come to deliver the nuclear bomb at the doorstep. Every food parcel, a ready-made food parcel to be delivered at the doorstep. For me, when I don't look at that as a food, I look at its chemistry. I look at its standard, the smell, everything I can tell you. By smell I can tell you which oil it is, which kind of the flour they used. Working with the molecules, you grow much beyond a tea taster, market tea taster or a wine taster. No one can super exceed a chemist. The one who practically working, open-minded with everything, just simply remaining like this. What for the show is? You know how much it cuts off a loaf. Wow, what is a good thing I can do for the people by producing a drug, tell me? This is Elastin peptide of vegan source. It has only 2 peptides that are rapid. The moment you consume, you feel lightness in the joint. 100% I can guarantee. Within 1 week, you will see you can now climb up the steps like when you are a youthful. Who can tell you? Even you have undergone a arthroscopy surgery or a surgery, you can't. What a natural peptides can do. No synthetic measure, no replacements, no synthetic molecules can ever do, no drugs can do. No glucosamine, no chondroitin, not that what is available in the market called collagen can do anything. You know what kind of the collagen it is? Highly constipating collagen it is. problem creating collagen it is. Forget about its benefits. First of all, hell of a problem it will create, the market collagens which are available. So marketed, since someone should show on the net, oh my God. Now it is a 30-year-old story, collagen story for weight loss. Oh my God. Oh, collagen for anti-aging, collagen for everything. Hollywood formula it has become. 30 years over. Still the world hangs on to the dirty collagens. If you ask me, even for a skin, I won't use. That dirty, because whatever you apply in the skin, so your dermal lymphatic system, circulatory system will carry. And your liver has to process. And your intestinal bacteria will die. What do you apply? Metallic whitening creams, fair and lovely in it. Metal zinc reflects the sunlight, so that's why your skin shines. Our world use a trichloroacetic acid, exfoliating agent, and suddenly skin looks white. Then after 2 days it becomes completely dark, and then so you will have rosy cheeks suddenly. Rosacea. Why this liquid so powerfully within no time? Why my skin is turning dark? It is acid by cheapest trichloroacetic acid. You know what it is? The fire retardant. It is. Every exfoliation liquid, chim, 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 chim. Oh my God, now my face will become, what is that exfoliation? Do you think expensive Arbutin is using? It's cheap, 30 rupees, 0.3 pounds per liter cost trichlor. Vinegar, it's better you use vinegar now. And it has chlorine. And chlorine you are pumping into the blood. Which will consume tyrosine. Oh my God, my exfoliating mask. Oh my, what a feeling I will have in killing yourself. Trichloroacetic acid. All the first generation acids on the skin. First generation. Now, very advanced, expensive. Why should I go for that expensive? Are you sure even that one they claim? Even hyaluronic acid at the peptide level. These peptide will go for hyaluronic acid. Frankly speaking, hyaluronic acid Dalton size is very high. 14,000 Daltons it should be. But in the market, it is all about 60,000, 70,000, 80,000. What they do, so some of them in the China, not in America and all. So in order to bring their Dalton size, they add this. Understand? So our world largest hyaluronic producing facility. So where they produce the elastin, from the vegan source I get. They manufacture me. For me, exclusive. Do you understand? There is a non-vegetarian source. There is a vegetarian source. There is a huge difference. The cost is much, much higher. No company will produce readily. Only when you order, they will make. Because it's very expensive, time consuming. Today, if I order, they will take 2 months to 3 months. Ordinary peptides, perhaps, but this peptide takes a lot of time. Hardly you get anything, very little you get. Rapid repairing systems. For the skin, all the wrinkles will vanish. world best hyaluronic acid producing facility, and the Swiss cosmetic companies like a Cell.com or a Cell Life, so the expensive, so the company like cosmetic company like a Cell Life, so their hyaluronic acid contains this. It's not they use directly this, let me tell you. They are only the people having so-called stem cell hair serum. Next only we. But their stem cell serum, hair stem cell serum is diluted. Our stem cell serum is undiluted. What is the cost? Then believe. When we work together, what we can do. Is it possible for us to see this? Tell me. Do you think these are only for Hollywood stars, or even they do not know? They are not for our repair. We are not fitter. When I remember the way the world moving, somehow my heart, I was saying, the dipeptide elastin, much faster than the before. Understand what is today the science and technology. It has a bioengineering, most advanced nanoengineering in terms of technology applications, advanced membrane technologies. Then only possible to produce the nanoparticles that are capable of repairing us. Understand. Understand. I'm not a woman in the kitchen organized. So creative brain don't have time for logical arrangements, etc. Because that will consume time. Understand? So you have to where I am placing, how I am placing should not be a concern to you. What should be concerned to you, you should observe. Should not get into vikshipta bhumika. Your attention should not be diluted towards unnecessary things. When you read a physics, spelling is not important. Grammar is not important. When you listen to a physics class, they are the last thing, whether you understood or not, whether it's conveyed you properly or not. That's it. That is the essence. Often, the left brains always think of unnecessary things. They judge, leaving the essence of the truth behind to appreciate. I know, because you watch everything. What you have to watch, what's your habit of watching. My duty is to explain you. It is, I may say, it's my testosterone. I'm not a woman, but understand what is at work. Compared to dipeptide, it's taking time. But it dissolves eventually. You have seen it. Let me save you a time. Understand. Now I'm picking up. Luckily, our people kept. I should be grateful to them. They arranged every peptide. You can see the color difference, the slight molecular weight difference from peptide to peptide. Understand what is what you have seen on the Facebook, epigenetic nutrition or advanced therapeutic nutrition, they are only labels. I don't want to even name it. Understand? But you can see the molecules that can repair us, that can transform us, that can change us. That's what my demonstration is all about, practically. I don't think any nutritionist in the world, no show on the TV has come to that level of having seen this. Someone might copy and, but can anyone think combining them giving you? But even you have to buy 1 kg each, 1 kg each, what would be the cost of it? If you have to buy each one of those peptides in a capsule, can you afford? Sayana Bhavato. Vasudhaika Kutumbam, world as a family when you consider. All you as my family members, contributing members, what we can do together. Marvelous. What as a human in communion, in union, in collectiveness, in connectedness. How much we can improve ourselves. Each one of us join our hands not in a restaurant, but how much we can improve ourselves. That's what you're seeing. There's nothing, no credit. There's nothing to take myself a credit. It is all the 1,000 people, the 1,000 pillars, only that make what millions of the people could not do. Look at the clarity, the water. Understand? A water at 71 degrees temperature. Understand? Time constraint. But even seeing this, perhaps, each one of these peptides, which in the market maximum they talk about 20% extraction, 30% extraction, but we at peptide level, talking about natural nutrition, can you believe it? Can you believe it? Is it a dream? Is it a reality? You decide. What I am today, nothing. That is the realization. I am because of everything around me, because of everyone around me, before and now. The message is, everyone around me, 1,000, they can contribute so much. You look at a thick color it is of this molecule compared to it has little more density. Looking at itself, I can tell you it has saponins. You can see it is a protein which is frothing. Our hair shampoo comes from peptides. You can see the froth on the top. The quality of the peptide, you can clearly see the difference. Is it Dr. Kumar added the same peptides, trying to bluff us, just showing in a different bottles, different labels? You can see the color, you can see its property. Dharma, Bhautika Dharma, Rasayana Dharma. Fundamental laws of nature is Dharma. Dharma is demonstrable. The physical and chemical properties, when you call in chemistry or physics, the properties are natural, properties which don't change with the time. They are called dharma. They are the fundamental energy driving principles of this. They never change. Understand? It smells also because it is protein, a particular protein peptide. It must be the hemp, strong smell. It's all with love. Just explaining, showing it to you there. Don't think negative. Not at all. If I ask you to buy, etc., you should think negative. Whatever people contributions, all the 1,000 people appreciate their Guruji to see what their contributions have made, what is in the store for their health, the latest. Understand? I am answerable for my Gurus. I am answerable to those every weekend when I read those names to reflect contributions of charity. Alone, if I contribute, what I can achieve is less. As all of us, when we join, every drop makes it an ocean, right? That is the spirit of yoga. Cultivating habit of team spirit. Very challenging. Yoga is all about that. That's what Jesus or a prophet tried to do it. Understand? Peptides are, amino acids in a way. They always have a taste, sourness. Understand? So, whatever the temperature, that should be sufficient, So when I keep demonstrating it to you, so one side, you see this peptide, the color, it dissolved, but you can see its color. This peptide must be having more calcium, frankly speaking. Peptide 8, but you will see even this dissolving. It's only a matter of time, means the peptide, it is so small, the color is so small. Properties are different. You see now, like a clouds being lived. See how quickly, what looked cloudy, so means this particular peptide is having, you can see the frothing, you can see it took some time for the bubbles to break like your soap. So the saponin content of this peptide is very high, means it has ability to purify laxative protein. That is, supports our sarcomeres. Understand? Working with the molecules, you see, looking at it like your grandmother will tell about the dish. Okay? So I can see it will become very clear within no time. So many peptides to demonstrate, Guruji. We are feeling bored, Guruji. So now, you see, now it's like which flour at home means percentage. You see, naturally the DNA itself is like that, some primitive plant. The more primitive plant colors, they don't change. The peptide itself is like that. Understand? The peptide itself like that. So naturally it will be more sticky. Naturally, the property I can tell you is more sticky and more smell. You can looking at the color itself, you can tell the smell. You see, no frothing, not much frothing, but it will also completely dissolve. Can you believe? Every natural compound that it is just losing its identity, losing ego, a nutrition of no ego. That the world of your DNA has no ego. This in your DNA common. It has a common. The world of no name, no name, no mad. Understand? What is a peptide? The world of truth, where there is no labeling, where there is no difference, where there is no ego, where there is no identity. That's what we are made up of. How we get carried away by this name, this shape, this form, when all of us reality is this. Do you understand? How far what we worship the truth, reality, or what we worship is this. Someone boasts of this, someone blames of this, you feel good or bad. Are you scientist? Huh? For what you are reacting? That other fellow doesn't know the reality is this. All of us. But now you know. Still you want to look at yourself a mirror? Someone commenting on you. What is not you? What can't be seen? You want to react? You want to judge? See, dissolved or not? It is a brown or a white or a froth, you see the look at. What is a peptide purity? Seeing is believing. Can you believe it? What is the level of technology? If I show you the equipments, etc., your mind blows away. All much more patented equipments of the technology, the highly expensive equipments, each process step. There are 24 process steps. Each step. Again, white is back. White is back. So world is brown color, like us. So white color like you, in America or in Europe. But brown and white is the truth of the DNA. Whether your DNA, my DNA. Whether you are in America or in India, it is the same. What inferences you can draw from today's experiment? What realizations that can bring from today's experience, experiments from your Guruji, from your scientist? Understand. Every word. It is like a dialogue in Matrix movie or the most famous movies, like a eighth sense. Understand. Like a Wachowski brother script. Now Wachowski sister script is the eighth sense. Wachowski brother script is Matrix. By the time eighth sense came, they have become sisters. They realized perhaps, they want to be in the world of femininity as a female perhaps. Whether you are a female or a male, the thing is, at what level? At this level we all are the same. The level what you are made up of, the molecules which makes you, Are you seeing? Your links which makes you. People talk about gene, but I am showing you a gene. Here. Can you believe it? Ask a geneticist, he can't show you. He will ask you, come to my lab, see under the microscope. But what I am showing? Your ego dissolving program. How everything dissolved. Still why to carry egos? What a foolishness. That's what our saints are saying. That's what our forefathers are saying. That's what Socrates says. That's what Jesus says. That's what Plato says. That's what Patanjali says. That's what Buddha says. That's what Hippocrates says. Na 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 na. 11th peptide. Still another 16 peptides to go to dissolve. I've been talking to my students for some time about 27 peptides, marvelous 27 peptides that are capable of taking care of all our life. When I complete the peptide presentation, you will realize what is the significance of using one peptide or a two peptide or a polypeptide gene therapy. What it can achieve in us. What advantages it can be. Understand this. In addressing every disease of you, we need this kind of formulation to help us to come out. Whatever the disease, identified, unidentified. But ultimately, lack of this, the disease is. This is a world which will take care. That's what you are seeing is. In what is in it for you, that's what I am trying to tell you. Okay? Now, so, whatever today I am creating the solution, as a prasada will be made available to my students. Because I can't drink so much now, you can see. But I want to share. All those staying in the city, many times they are lucky. They can share whatever they can see here. It's my pleasure always to share. Whether the Vedic rituals, which are scientific rituals like this today, I am performing. So the Vedic ritual is a scientific ritual. So scientific ritual today, the prasada, the blessings of this, everyone can taste it at the end of. So today or once I finish all these things. Can you see that? I am not mixing anything because the vapor, hot vapor, so I am keeping the scoop. So things are sticking bit. So I have the paper there to clean, tissue paper. So everything dissolves, my dear, like this. So let it dissolve in that. In order to conserve your time, I am going 13th peptide. Where is the 12th peptide? 12th peptide dissolved. So now you see the 13th. Each one of these peptides I will read. Not today, some other time. Why those peptides chosen? I will read out. Because when you study the genome library, based on the genome library, a peptide is nothing but a gene copy. So why I choose that particular gene? How many gene pairs we have? How many chromosomal pairs we have? How many gene pairs we have? To repair all the gene pairs, to address all the gene pairs, we need to be scientific in selection. That is the basis. Understand? It's based on molecular structure, peptide structure. Understand? That is the level of advancement. You see how quickly it got dissolved. What a transparent liquid it has become. What peptide it is? The 13th peptide. 13th peptide, you say, 13 number is not good, but 13 peptide is good. Now the 14th peptide. The science of 14th peptide in action. These are all what you made with. So I am dissolving your ego, your identity here in the glass. Watching it itself, your cell couples and your identity vanishes. Your ego dissolves. Haven't you heard about the yogis? Neural coupling, cell coupling. Now I am talking about scientific coupling, molecular coupling. You are seeing the reality. So that's the way your elements inside also dissolve at the peptide level. So much water today I am consuming all the bottles because the water has to be pure. Huh? So they are filling our RO. We have a double RO. So demineralized completely water so that we use it. So we have a double our own. So specification it is made. So we have our own. So water filter designed by us, by our technical team. So in India we have given to our people also. It's very important. Today only I told you the chlorine. So it will replace iodine. Not only that, it will burn it out. So we should be very, very careful about when we talk about the purity. So there is a water in this. Okay. And let me use this water now. Little bit warm water enough. So let me use this water, I think. So they have switched off that one. Maybe we need for quick functioning 2 kettles. So not matching the water supply to my needs. So my level of producing is much more, consuming is much more. So let me use this. Next peptide let me pick up. Let me keep it here. Let me keep it here. So let me pour here. It will dissolve in that heat anyway. Don't worry. Your body temperature is 37 degrees, more than enough. So now what I used is only 37 degrees. That's why I said. So water is getting heated up slowly, So let me keep it ready. By the time one exhausts, other thing will be ready. We have big kettles also, 2 kettles. So maybe today is a special need. We never thought we require so much of water. Spontaneous teachings are. So I did not tell them, otherwise they would have kept the hot water ready, but by now it would have cooled down also. Okay. Now 55 degrees temperature water. And good enough to use. So easy to dissolve is first dump it and then pour the water. Use it. And see the white one, the color is brown. But when it dissolved, the color is white, so it starts dissolving, and so it starts emerging. The clarity comes from the bottom, so slowly. And now I'm going into 16th peptide dissolution. So, okay, 16th peptide. Each one of these peptides you are watching. You are watching the great show. So the 16th peptide. Now, the 59 degrees here, good enough for the peptide to dissolve. Okay. The thing is, the moment I lift it, so switches off. Switches off. So I should find a static one which doesn't switch off. So dissolved. Next peptide. Very quick. Quick, Kumar. Time is going out, running out. Please. Very quick. We have to rush. You see the color? Unique color. It is. It must be C peptide. Some C source peptide, protein peptide, it must be. You know, dear? Let me put this back here. I am showing it to you because each peptide color, you see it, how different the properties, which you can see with the naked eye. Okay? So our friends brought a tissue paper for me to clean it, so that moisture vapor, since I am keeping it over, it absorbed the nanopeptides. So how many molecules we are losing is a concern, but it's okay. So next peptide, white peptide, superflying, means it is almost like a quaternary peptide, something like that, pentapeptide, something like that, pentapeptide like that, the chain of 5 peptides. So definitely this must be little bit of lengthy peptide, like it will have 30 to 40 peptide chain. Okay, dear? That's the difference it makes, So we are picking, right? So vata, udaka. Yara, udaka. Yamma, vedaipoyava. Water, you chewed up. See how it is. Again, you can see, now I can use it for shampoo. This peptide kind of thing has a purification. You can see the fluorine on the top. So it must be a protein, as I told you. Looking at the color, the muscle building protein, brain building protein, joint building protein. Looking at the peptides, looking at the quality, you can tell very easily. Okay. Now, the next peptide I go into. Na 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 na. See, so something is shown in the YouTube and all, music will come, no? That's why it's better, at least you listen my music. Don't run away now. For some of you, it might look, what is this buffoon doing? Is it a nutrition program? You are serious scientist like a British, so naturally you will run away. Look at, what a color, So, but it will take time to settle. By the time it will gain clarity, our time will be over. Final liquid color I will show you. Okay. Boiling, over, water ready. Now I will fill this and it will get boiling and it will be ready by the time I use that water. Now see this. Na 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 na. I have not used it. Oh my God. It's better to keep it here and pour water here in this. See, it's not the same peptide. It is not dissolved. What a brilliant clarity you look at this peptide. What is this peptide? 20th peptide. What a clarity. It is not a protein peptide. It is must be brain peptide. Brain repairing peptide. What a clarity it has. Of course, hot water dissolving very quick. Dissolution is very quick. Now 21 peptide. The color difference you can see. You see, color difference you can see. Peptide. Now, see the difference. Color, clarity. See this. little bit of curd is there, but that dissolves. Very quickly dissolves, my dear. Don't worry about that, okay? See, if I handle like that, Kumar, what is this handling? Nanopeptide, you are handling like that, you see? At least if I inhale also, it will repair inside, no? It will dissolve. We all the time inhale obnoxious and so much of particulate matter every day outside. So these molecules, even you inhale, no, inside lungs directly get repaired. You know the wisdom? Inhalation and ingestion by injection also is quite good. Purity of the materials is like that. This is the darkest peptide. Observe. This is the darkest peptide you can see. Darkest peptide. So when it dissolves, how it's going to be, dear? See the color. See the color. It is also C. Okay? Very. Means it has a capability to repair, like our reptilian brain nature. The oldest primitive kind of the thing, Yes, next peptide. If I used here and there double, don't worry, my dear. It's okay. I'm a male, no? That's what sometimes happens. Little bit that peptide, our karma, our dharma is, so that peptide deserves more attention. Perhaps we need more. Who knows? That's why. The oldest peptides since planet evolved, I'm showing the color. Color difference will tell you. Okay? The smell. So they smell more. Understand? So, but they have ability to repair. Like you don't like your grandmother all the time. What is this nagging? We never like old DNAs. But how much beneficial grandparents to have at home. For you it is nagging, but because of them we exist. We are capable. What a solution, dissolving. That karma. Your experiments are quite appreciated, karma. Okay? Whether you appreciate or not, what to do, better to appreciate. Because in my lab I am all alone. So at least here if I show you, yogi is always in solitude and enjoy the solitude. You heard all that, isn't it? We don't want Guruji. That's why you are enjoying this. Because you are my family, you are enjoying it. Look at the clarity of each peptide, how diversified, how distinguished, how different they are. Observe, my dear, observe. 26 peptide, successfully, not missing anything. Time is over. Peptides are over. Okay, see, look at. The last peptide, 27, 7 plus 2, 9. Okay, magic number. I'm waiting for it. So now the last but one peptide dissolving in front of you, and look at the clarity of this. And in this water is over now, in this water is there, and hardly there is any time. Every peptide I have demonstrated to you. You can see the way of namelessness, the way they dissolve. The way they dissolve, the last 27th peptide, watch it. It's a white one. Okay, dear, free flowing. Means in the evolutionary period, it is the latest. Like our cortex brain, like a white brain compared to the gray areas of the brain. Okay? White brain is much latest than the gray brain. You know that. And brown brain, our dark brain is a reptilian brain. Do you know that? So dissolving, the last one, you look at the magic, superfluid-like kind of thing. You see how the molecules in motion dissolving quickly, emerging the clarity. Some of the peptides so fast, mind-blowing speed, they dissolve, and it has dissolved. And now attain the very high level of purity and the clarity. Now, so now our superfluid, Amrita, our elixir that is capable of changing our gene expression in front of you, my dears, ready. What will be the taste like? Of course, protein is tasty. That's why we have to add natural flavor like natural nut, chocolate. Then your children will drink. Otherwise they will run away. Oh, whatever it is, mom, but so Guruji nutrition, namaste. When we grow up, no, mom, so we will have it, okay? So it's like this. So when you have to make it, so peptide somarasa is there. This is not this is somarasa. So there is a peptide somarasa, 7 peptides. This is a peptide protein, for example. So next generation peptide protein. So you can see this vegan protein. So it has a selected protein peptides from this. So the peptide of, you can see the peptide. Okay, soy peptide it has, and soy peptide it has isolate peptide, pea isolate peptide, chia isolate peptide, hemp isolate peptide, rice peptide, and natural cacao, and ribocyde, so 99%, 25 mg per serving. So it will dissolve, like I have shown you, but so it is about 30 Dalton size. Okay, so the 30 grams means about 5,000 Dalton size overall. So little bit of crumbling you will see here in this, little bit of crumbling. So hot water when I pour, completely hot water if I keep it. Okay, this is. So a mixture of 5 peptides, protein-containing, protein-rich peptides, the most purest form of the peptide in the world, for example. See, that your body is made with the dry basis 46% protein, okay? So it has all selection of the peptide. Why mixture of peptide? Because it should have all the amino acids like lysine, methionine balance, so tryptophan, tyrosine balance. All amino acid balance, when you look into the structure, very important. That's how the peptides have to be mixed. Okay. So certain things I don't share openly too, because it's like all these a cat copy zamana. So that's why. So I also keep myself certain kinds of secrets. Otherwise, all our 1,000 community, so what happens is, so their contributions, there is no privacy for their contributions. This is a nut. I can smell the nut. Don't expect, my dear, like, so your caramel, vanilla, latte, and caramel coffee, all the dirty, so flavored, synthetic flavored coffees in the market. Don't compare with that natural. But this all is a natural nut, which is very expensive. It is imported from Greece. Hazelnuts are imported from Egyptian Greece. And then we use our own process to make it a powder and to make it a flavor. That's why, so nut flavor is very expensive. Just telling you, showing you, dissolved or not. No crumbling. It took some time. See, this is a world best peptide is capable that you can grow. Wow, it is the latest batch. I'm not sure. It is so tasty. I'm not sure, something has become suddenly tasty. Guruji, not that Guruji, that you should taste Guruji, you have not shown us Guruji. Wait. I know how inquisitive you are. Let me not hide. You want to see the similar color you will get. So then you will see, how to pour from this to this. Nothing, huh? Like grandmother, now I have to hold this and lift and pour. Oh my God. I can lift it, but suddenly males lift, what happens? Gents handling is very dangerous. You know, Sunil? I don't know why I am remembering your name all the time. See, I got it. Measuring cup. Like Guru Nanak, I should count. Each one of you, do you think I will give you this prasada, this much? Don't expect. I give you one peg. Peg means 30 ml, more than a peptide drink. Those live in Hyderabad can have 30 ml packed for them. It has so much of energy consciousness. Look at the 27 peptide, your gene, the most modern gene therapy. What is in front of you, what is made possible. Okay? Smell, no smell at all. No smell. No, surprising, no taste too. No smell, no taste. So all those who are going to taste the 30 ml or 50 ml will write in their gratitude message separately. So what they have tasted it. Of course, I won't tell them to, because 50 ml just one time. But definitely they feel immediately the lightness in the body. No doubt. They feel the freedom in their joints. Absolutely. Without, you can add this into anything. Into any of the beverages you can add. Not necessary you have to drink. So from this experiment I realized, better we give you like a peptide unflavored 27 peptide mix I will create. So don't ask, the cost is by us, shared by us, what to do. Whatever the actuals, plus freight charges, etc. Only we will add. That is our company policy. It is no profit, no loss. If you read, it is by the people, for the people. I am only doing one job. Finance is Amarendra here, finance is Vishnu there. Each one of the department handled by volunteers. I am also volunteer. Simply never think I am not even owner of it. Owner also volunteer. So today, Prasada Friday, Lakshmi's Prasada. I can add it. Its quality. It is a selective protein peptide. So we got 2 tons imported. Now the next production. In 1 week we are going to. This is 100 kgs experimental lot. Now we have tested. So we are going into production for all our 1,000 students who contributed. Little bit. Temperature comes down, I can just drink it. I don't want to waste it because these are very expensive. Pure molecules, you understand. That's why it is better not to even this much, these many molecules, Avogadro number, how many atoms. So how many cells, all 38 trillion cells will get each one atom enough. Each one peptide gets enough. I will show you the sizes also. Don't watch. Like your baby's drink, no? I'm good now, mom.